Hey, what's up, fellows? Welcome to IT Edge Network, where you learn real, job-ready, pro-level skills step by step. Today, we're handling a real IT support ticket, just like entry-level IT pros do every day. Watch closely, follow along, and by the end, you will know hands-on troubleshooting skills employers are actually looking for, skills that you can practice, master, and add to your resume. Are you ready for this? Let's dig. Hello guys, so we're back. In today's video, I'm going to show you another ticket, which is how to disable a user account in Active Directory. Now let's look at the ticket now. This is how most real world tickets actually look like. Let's walk through exactly how to handle like this in a real help desk like a real help desk technician. Let's break it down. We have the ticket from, again, from Tracy Mitchell, who's HR. But this time the ticket says termination, right? This is a termination ticket for Joseph Martin. And then it provides you the date. It is April 1st, 2026, which is a future date. Today is March 18th. So that means this person submitted a 2 weeks notice, right? This is a standard termination, and they'll be leaving in 2 weeks. The date is there, and usually this date falls on Fridays. So this ticket is about termination. It's for Joseph Martin again, and the termination date is set to April 3rd, 2026, which is a future date. That means this is a normal termination. This person submitted a 2 weeks notice and they want to leave the company. This the termination dates, if it's a 2 weeks notice, it usually falls on Friday. So if you check April 3rd, it would be Friday. It's a full-time employee, and let's go through the ticket. It's from finance department. It's a termination notice, and look at the time. Look at the time, 5 p.m. HR wants you to disable this account or terminate this account on April 3rd at 5 p.m., right? So you follow what HR tells you. Don't listen to the employee, or if somebody tells you, "Can you please leave my account open until the next day because I have some work to finish," blah blah. Unless you hear from HR, do not do it on your own. Always contact HR and tell them, "Hey, this employee is contacting me and they want me to not to disable their account because they will be here late. They'll be here next day because they have a lot of work to transfer. So what do you want me to do?" Always get an email in writing from HR. And so you have a proof, because remember, you don't want to get in trouble. If you leave this account open, you will be in trouble. So your job is, HR is telling you to disable it on April 3rd, 5 p.m. This is what you do. Doesn't matter what anybody's saying, right? So yeah, this is that. So but another, and here's another thing. Since you got the termination notice, that lot of beginners, as soon as they see the ticket, they start the termination process right away. Do not disable the account right away, please. This is where a lot of beginners mess up. They see termination notice and they immediately disable access. That's wrong. Instead, you need to prepare yourself, right? Um, Plan the action and execute at the correct time. What I usually do is I put a little reminder in my calendar. So if you look at my calendar, since this is April 3rd, right? And if you look at April 3rd, termination notice for Joe Martin, 5 o'clock. And this will pop up right on my computer, so that way I don't miss it. I'll remember when the termination is coming. So that's a good habit. Learn it and just follow it, right? So you'll be prepared. You never miss it. So how do we disable it? Basically, let's go back to Active Directory and then accounts, and we're looking for Joe Martin, right? So right click, disable account. You disable it. As soon as you disable it, look, there's a down arrow going down that tells you this is a disabled account. Now, usually we put once you disable it, we move the account to a separate OU. OU stands for organizational unit in Active Directory. This is something I have not covered. I'm planning to cover it in future videos. And that's when I will be covering organizational units and group policies. Another very, very important subject, right? But I just want to keep it simple. So if you just disable it and leave it here, that should be fine. Um, but that's not just it. Double click on it, or you go to groups, you go to finance folder. Since this person is in finance, go to members, and you see Joe Martin here. Click Joe Martin and remove. You remove Joe Martin from finance, no longer access, right? This. And then go back here. Joe is there, is disabled, and does not have access to finance anymore. Yeah, guys, especially finance terminations are very critical. You have to pay attention when you're terminating. You have to pay attention any account you're terminating, but finance is very, very, because these finance departments are audited. They're heavily audited. Everything, every move you make is audited. So you have to make sure you're doing it right and you're doing it on time. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. That's why finance is very, IT is another one, heavily audited, but finance, because obviously company's financial data is there, right? You don't want to make a mistake. You do not want to make a mistake. So always make sure you pay attention when you're disabling finance employee. Now you do that. And then what you want to do is go back in the ticket and you put notes. You put notes. What exactly you did. Um, User disabled at 5 p.m., right? This tells the auditor that, hey, you did it on time. And then you put um, remove user from finance group, right? And that's pretty much it for now, unless there's special instructions. But for now, later on when we cover later on when we cover OUs, that's when you will put another line here like move the account to disable OU. But since we don't have OU set up yet, I'm just giving you advanced information, but we'll cover that. So once you have that, you hit send, and now this is part of the ticket. That's a record. Auditors can see it. Your managers can see it. You're safe. Just want to cover common mistakes to avoid here. Okay, disabling the account too early, right? When you see a termination notice, don't jump in Active Directory and start disabling. Always look for the date. Forgetting to disable the account at the correct time. That's another one here, guys. Make sure that whatever the timing is giving, date and timing, follow it. Disabling the wrong user. If there are two Jack Martins or Joe Martins, make sure you're disabling the right Joe Martin, guys, because this is a common name. There could be five. If this is a big company, there could be 4 or 5 Joe Martins there, right? Or it could be John Martin, right? And you may think, oh, it's Jay Martin. So yeah, this will put you in a lot of trouble. You will basically have to go back and redo everything, and it gets messy. It gets messy. Another thing is not moving the account to disable OU. See, this is an important one. Since we haven't covered OU, I'll cover it later. But yes, that's another one. And last one is no documentation, like no notes. When you did something, you did not put any notes, and that's a big no-no. Always put the notes, what you did, right? Um, so that's exactly how you handle a planned termination ticket in Active Directory. Um, this is very common in real IT environment, and it's not just about clicking disable. It's about timing, process, and accuracy. Um, So yeah, in the next video, we'll cover how to re-enable a user. Let's say if this user is coming back, right? Then how do you re-enable this person? Let's say he leaves and he's coming back after 2 months or 3 months. Then what you do? Now, this is a standard termination notice, guys. This is a standard termination. Um, and if you look at the date, it's a future date. It's a future date, right? It's a voluntary departure. It's a voluntary termination. Employee is leaving on its own terms. Now, what happens if somebody gets fired, right? If somebody's getting fired the same day, then what you do? Then the ticket will be a little different. If you look on the top ticket, this is what the ticket is going to look like. Terminate. It's from Tracy Mitchell, who's HR. Termination, Joseph Martin, and look, immediately. This is what the ticket will say. The previous one had a date of April 3rd, but this one says immediately, right? It says it gives you name, title, blah, 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 everything, and the term date immediately. That means this person is getting fired for whatever he did. I don't know, he's probably stealing financial data or something and he got caught and now he's getting fired, right? HR will contact you right away and they'll tell you, hey, um, usually if it's a termination right away, they contact you directly and they submit the ticket because they want you to do it right away, right? So yeah, that's the difference. Date and no date. Termination immediately means do it. That means you don't wait till 2 weeks. You don't wait till five. You hop into Active Directory. You go into Active Directory, and you butcher this person right away. You just kill him right away, and then you put in the notes right here. You come back here. This is your notes. You just put um, account disabled. Um, me immediately. Um, remove user from finance group, right? This is what you do. And then you just hit send, and that's that way you're safe. You put the notes, auditors know, your managers know, and this person no longer have access. Now, this is not the only thing you disable, right? There are other applications this person has access to, and you have to go through your list and disable everything. But right now, we're only covering Active Directory, which is the main login. Because if you don't have access to the computer, you're pretty much dead. So you kill this first, and then you kill email and other things. We're going to go through everything in future videos. What else you create, what accounts you create, and then obviously how to disable or terminate them as well. But this is the main one I wanted to cover. So yeah, guys, and I wanted to show you the difference between voluntary departure and involuntary departure, right? Involuntary departure is basically termination immediately. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this was useful, and I will talk to you in my next video. Take care. Bye. And that's how real IT tickets get resolved from start to finish. Practice these industry standards, hands-on IT troubleshooting skills, and you'll be ready to land your first IT job or impress your employer with the real experience. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a step-by-step IT workflow that gets you career ready. Until next time, take care of yourselves and others around you, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.